Hello and welcome back to Kaizen, a factory story. I think I was a little loud, and I apologize. And of course, I'm clearing my throat right away because I'm awesome at this.
Welcome back. Hope your last couple assignments weren't too difficult.
Not at all. They were great.
When I got back to Tokyo, Oyama-san met me at the factory where it all started. Do you think that was 3.5 years ago? Okay, wow. Time that passed by in a blur. Goodness gracious. Still couldn't think of what to ask for. So I was ready to go along with whatever the company, my goodness, had in mind for my future.
I have something to ask you.
Sure. Go ahead.
Not here. Let's go to the driving range.
Uh-oh.
I know your time.
Well, that's not a driving range, friend. That's just a fairway. Okay.
That's okay. The idea of joining the sales department feels like it's from a lifetime ago.
That is just a fairway.
When you're young, you don't always know your own capabilities. That's why it's good to test yourself in various ways. Sometimes finding something is surprising.
Yeah, I guess I was surprised.
My question for you now, David, is this: what do you want to make?
Something I want to make. I've never thought about this before.
That's why I'm asking you now. If I said you could use our old factory to make one thing you always wanted, what would it be?
Well, I've always wanted to ride off into the sunset on a motorcycle.
Well then, why don't you make one?
Make a motorcycle?
You know, a lot of pundits have ideas about why Japan's been such an economic success over the past few decades. Samurai spirit or whatever. I think it's much simpler than that. I don't know about the rest of the country, but at least here at Matsuzawa, we like to make things. That's the real secret. We enjoy it. When times get tough, yes, absolutely, but deep down, we enjoy it. We make things. We constantly try to get better at making things. That's the Matsuzawa spirit. Anyway, it would have to be more like a scooter.
Huh?
Your motorcycle. We don't have the parts or tooling for that, but you could make a scooter.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Coincidences. Okay. Oh, hello, father. Hey, champ. Have I got an amazing story to share with you? I remember you mentioned working on some kind of video game gadget a while back. Well, guess what? Uncle Walt was over again the other day and couldn't stop talking about his kids won't put down their gosh darn video games, even when they are called for dinner. He had a whole tirade about how the Japanese were getting revenge on us by conspiring to make games so addictive they zap the brains of our children. They're stealing a whole generation away from us, he said. I had to laugh, but he didn't think it was funny at all. I had a suspicion, so I asked him the name of the terrible toy that had so addled the brains of his boys, and wouldn't you know it, it was the Matsuzawa Duo screen. I decided not to tell him my son had made it, even though I was sorely tempted. He probably would have never recovered. With your experience now, you could probably find a position almost anywhere you wanted next. Or you could stay with the friends you've made in Japan, or even come back here. Not that there's much to do in South Bend, Indiana these days. Whatever you decide to do, we want you to know that we're proud of you. All the best, Dad. Motor scooter, we are going to make one. Whoa, what have you got going on in here? What's it look like? I'm making a motor scooter. Did someone tell you so has this turned into a car company too? No, this is my own silly idea. You've changed, David. Really? Yeah, when you first showed up, you would have been like, a scooter? There's no way I could make one. Yeah, I guess I was kind of like that. I'm just a poor little guy with an international business degree. I don't know anything about anything. Alright, you don't need to go that far. I think you should. Oh my golly gee. We got 12 parts for this? My goodness. Okay. So... that's... okay. That's that. That's fine. This is a huge project too. My goodness. Okay. So you appear to just sort of live there, huh? No, there's a cutout. We're cutting out some... okay. Yeah, we gotta cut out that front bit. How does this look? I think there's another piece missing. Yeah, this goes there. How much of a gap is there? 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 8. So are we having to cut out like the very back of this? What's the gap from tire to, well. We know the tire is going to go in. The tire is going to go in there, right? So, gap from the back of the tire to this bit is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's... Now how is that? Oh, okay. No, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. So there's no machining back here. We're putting a panel on the inside. That's what that's about. And then the seat lives right up there. Actually, looks like it hangs over a tiny bit. That's fine. This little fella lives completely under the seat. It does look like there's some machining here. Yeah, this little quadrant gets machined off. Okay, this is good. We're just learning how this is going to exist. This is going to be a hard part, I think. That lives there. The handle lives inside. The headlight lives inside. And then the turn signals are right back in there. Okay. Okay. So we only need to cut back 2 pieces here, which is fine. And then we're going to cut out a lot there and a lot here. This is going to be a lot of work. Despite it being mostly together already, to get them all welded together is going to be a fair amount of work, I think. Let's move the rear end over there. Let's move, come on, I want that too. Move the top over here. And then let's just work on this bit first. I think this will be easy enough. So, I don't feel like there's a lot that needs to be done here. Like, I think that can rivet just on its own. And then maybe with an arm here. I might even have the arm on the outside. And just 2 cutters. Well, I can't have it. No, it's not going to just go straight down like that. That wouldn't quite work. How far is that cutting, by the way? I think it's like 2, 4, 6. It looks like it cuts off. So I probably will just have actually I have an idea I kind of like. I just got to figure out how to do it. What if A starts fully extended? Right, right. And I do kind of want this weld here, but that might end up getting in my way. We'll see. So we'll start with A going -2, and then 7, right? And then I liked the idea of, well, actually you can probably just go 6, right? I had like the idea of pulling it back, but it can only go back one more, so that's not going to be super helpful. And how does it... This lives here, right? There's no way to weld that on with this piece on. So we immediately gotta disregard that. Now, I kind of like the idea of an A flip. Can I... If I can flip this into place... Are you of an even 2, 4, 6, 8? You are 9, so you should be able, theoretically, to B flip at some point earlier. Yeah, that's the top. And I tell you what I'm gonna do, because I love to use up all the space in the whole world. Damn it. That doesn't quite work. I was gonna have this on a track and just move one forward, but it would have to, the welder would have to be here, and it can't. Well, no, we'll just move one more. No, that's not gonna work. Put it there. B2. Boom. Yes. Okay. That I like. That I like. Now. Okay, I'm gonna kind of consider that like the front part of the scooter, basically. And what I would like to do, if I can, is have the top machined separately and kind of meet up here is what I really want. So let's focus heavy on the top here. My goal eventually will be to have that there. Okay, let's see if this is something we can do. Well, we're going to need to tack that on at some stage. So what do we actually need here? I think just one piece off of there and 2 pieces off of here doesn't feel like a whole lot, right? Okay. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do C poke, a D double extend, and then C just needs to vanish, right? I think that's my idea. C is going to do that, and then C is going to leave. And then there's obviously going to be a riveter here. And I'm thinking this is okay. We'll figure this out. This isn't that big a deal. I mean, this can probably be riveted immediately. I don't see why not. And then E is going to just stick out. Like so. Right. We've got the headlight on, we got that on. Can I can pull back. That's probably what I want to do, right? No, because then this will be in the way. So I think I want to put it here, right? So that means after E shoves, I want E to go on one trip, right? No, that doesn't work. Because this hasn't reached yet. Well, why can't I have that? Well, I could have it. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that never got welded on? Why not? Ah, shoot. Okay, well, E's gonna have to be 2 then. Yeah, you pull it back, and then you're going to go down 2, 3, 4? Just 4? Yeah, okay. I can live with that. And so all we need now is this back end, which I think is going to be the easiest bit. Oh, there's a machine. There's a bit here that gets machined too. Okay. Okay. So let's move these out of the way for the moment. Time's going to start to get away from us because we're lacking space to build all this stuff, but that's okay. I think what I'm going to do... Okay. It's not going to be that. I think I'm going to just immediately have a riveter to bind them together. And then I think the best thing to do, or at least the simplest thing to do, is to simply have G do a double shove, right? That machines the parts we need. Simple. I want to move all of this down a little bit. And in fact, I want to move G to the top so that I can now throw a G flip in. Well, I thought I wanted the G flip. I'm questioning it a little bit now. That doesn't get me away from these as much as I'd hoped it would. So maybe I just reverse that and then go on a G track. Where can I... What have you hit? What have you done? Oh, you're trying to move twice at the same time. Whoops. Can I immediately attach the seat? Yeah, I believe I can. Immediately attach the seat. I'm going to lower that for the moment. And then give me a G flip. Where's that put us? Okay. That's interesting. I don't hate that. And then all I really want is another sort of flip around this area. Let's just try an H flip. See where that puts us, right? Okay, not there. Okay. Try an H flip. I probably want that to happen on the other side, just so it's out of the way. Yeah, and that's perfect height too. Goodness. Okay. Well, I like that. And then all I need is this to be here and this to be here. So have those be immediately welded and riveted. And then this is actually pretty simple. Can I have a welder here? No. Would have been fucking cool if I could though, right? Okay. No, this one. Damn it! No, delete it. Oh, this is in the way, this is in the way. Okay. I can have H shove that together. How does that ever get connected? Because even if I did put it here, this is in the way. How do I connect this piece to that piece? What's the initial? Yeah, these can't work together. Okay. Let's take this away. And take that away. Well, you live with him for a moment. This... Is this just an immediate... No. You're never getting connected to that. You're never getting connected to that. So how... This piece fits in here. So you've got to weld on from the back. Okay. So, do I want to do that earlier? I don't think so. I think leave this bit out for now. Right? And what happens here? G flip, H flip. Okay, I want all of that except, no, except one tile to the right. Okay, then we get an H flip. And then I want H3. Well, that's wrong. H4, I think. That's better. Okay, back up, back up, back up. I need all of this to once again go one tile to the right. Okay, these are still spare for now. And then it should be an H shove. The problem is this is where the welder is going to live. Did that space ever get used up? It didn't, which is amazing. Okay. Okay, we can do this. H is going to flip. H is going to move 1 with no grab. Then H is going to move 4. Then H is going to shove 3. And there should be a welder there. It's still, okay, this is fine. This is fine, this is fixable. You're going to move 5. Shove 3, and then -1 with a grab. Blah. Now. Now. Oh, we lost the tail light somewhere along the way there. There we go. Whoops. Hold up, hold up, hold up. These get welded together immediately. But that's not enough to... Okay. Can I move them down 1? They get welded together immediately. But then that piece moving up, yeah, it gets them welded on. Perfect. Now that's existed. Now, we have to figure out how to put the back tire on. And this is where things are going to be tough. I feel like the only real solution here maybe I forget that and whip it out this way. this stuff, they're welded together, you're welded onto him. Yeah, this stuff can happen later. So you're just moving around that. Perfect. Now, I feel like just, whoops. Nope. What about there? Nope. You still got pushed, huh? There, but only a little? Okay. Okay, so forget about this -1 grab. That can go away. I can shove it out. Perfect. And then I could flip it, but I don't think that's going to work. I think that's just going to crash everything. Yeah, that's just going to crash everything. So let's not do that. Let's delete those, delete the I. Get the H1 back. I need to get it out from all this equipment. Where is... That's no good. I don't think B can do anything. If B could take it down to here and then flip it, would this hit G? I think so. A seems safe. It's just hitting G that's the question. But I'm pretty sure it's going to. This line would be here. And it's this line we're worried about. So this line's here. 2, 4, 6. This line, 2, 4, 6. Yeah. It's hitting here and it's not really that close. Okay. So these parts, we either change the way we handle the end here. Okay. I have a notion. You are on that line. Now what's hitting you? Well, H, obviously. H, I just want you to flip, babe. Just do an H flip for me. Three, 4, 5. I plus 5. Boom. I retract by 3. Boom. And then I -1. Boom. What has that accomplished? It's gotten H out of the way, which is super important. Now, okay, forget about the I negative 1. We're gonna lose that. We're going to add in son of a gun. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, let's just push it here. Let's just push it here. And see if that's good enough. J pushes 1. And then a J flip. What does that look like? That looks pretty cool, right? And then I think what I'm going to do here, I know it's using a ton of area that I might not necessarily need if I could put J on a track and add... Oh yeah, we're using a lot of that space. Yeah, no, I think we just have to use all this area. Let's do there for a K flip, right? Nope, that's not good enough. That is not good enough. Let's do up here for a K flip. Okay, again, that's using a lot more area, but I think that's what we need to do. So move all this stuff down here. And then all I need from this, ultimately you end up here, right? That's your ultimate space. You live there. Whoops. You live there. Okay, this is fine. This is all fine. How do I... Okay. We're going to put a riveter in here to weld that. And that'll be the final weld done. We're going to delete you. No. Well, we will delete you. It's this piece, right? Yeah. Okay. I wanted to just shove that down, but that's not quite going to work because I need to have a riveter there. Let's move it one up, right? Move those one up, move this down. No. No, move that. That's good. We like that, right? I think this can go. I think this can go. And then I think we're going to put this here, correct? And then we're going to just have, as early as we can, we're going to have an L poke. And then as soon as that's done, we're going to have an M, believe it or not, double shove. Did it. Did it. All right. This is going to be such crazy area. And cost, probably. $199 million. Okay. I can talk you through this part first, because this part's very simple. Well, actually, there's an immediate weld, the tail light to the, what did they call it? The frame. That just immediately gets welded. L, as soon as it can, will just shove out a little place for the tail light to go, and then M just double shoves so that the frame and tail light, which are welded together, get riveted onto the back tire. Okay, that's simple and easy. What's happening down here? We have like 4 different areas working together. This part, what do they call this part? The panel B is just what that's called. Panel B and the seat. What are you guys up to? Looking for G. So G is going to do a double shove to mill out the area for the frame. And then bring it back, put up one so that the seat gets welded on. And then G and H are going to hand it off to I, who ultimately brings it around into place. But we'll worry about that in a second. B just flips the tire upside down so that it can get welded on as early as possible. A is getting frame A, or what do they call it? Panel A is getting it milled out. So pulls it back onto the cutters and then moves up so that the whole front gets milled away. The B tire is upside down, so A will flip the panel upside down. They get riveted together. Now that they are all together, B is going to flip that up to send it towards the handlebars. But first, it's going to do a little double move on this track to get the panel D riveted on. Boom. Okay? All these things working together. We have an immediate rivet of the pivot to the panel C. Yeah, panel C, which is the housing of the handlebars and the headlight. C and D just cut away some so that we have space for the headlight and handlebar. Then C has to move out of the way, and so does D. D and C, they just move out of the way. Oop, get out of there. E shoves the shoves the headlight twice so that the headlight can be welded on to the panel. And then F, I think... No, F isn't doing anything. E's going to do another shove. And then move along its track to get the handlebar riveted into the panel. By this time, B has got the front tire and the big panel all riveted together, beautifully done. F's going to pull these handlebars back just one more space to get it right, and then move down its track to get the pivot point and consequently the whole handlebar situation welded onto the front of the bike. And again, by this time, I is just now bringing the middle section and the seat up to meet those. Pulls it back. J shoves it down one. They get welded together. And then finally, it's just a JK double flip to get the whole situation riveted together. And there's your motorbike. 3450 on area. 4 different construction points all merging together. Boom. Motor scooter. You love to see it. I'm not sure if this is how other companies make their motor scooters, but if it works, yeah, it looks like it's working to me. Yeah. Wow. Impressed with yourself? Maybe a little? You should be. Not just anyone can do this kind of thing, you know? If Matsuda starts a motors division because of this, you know who they'll want to run it. Which would be a key position to be in the Matsuzawa Kaicho searches for the promising young man who will inherit the reins of his empires. Stop. I can't think about this stuff right now. Sorry. Actually, my cost is down compared to what most people have, and my time, My area is a little bit high, but not as crazy as what some people have done. So actually, that's a little surprising compared to what I usually end up doing. I'm actually pretty happy with these stats. Wow. Yeah. Well, let's do this.
I think I know what I want finally. It's this. The satisfaction of making something, learning from that, and getting better at it, and then making something even better. What could be more satisfying than that?
Now you're talking.
Oh, I skipped a little bit. He said something about more satisfying than sales. I apologize.
David,
Yeah?
I'm glad. I'm glad you're going to keep making things. Somehow, I don't know. I just didn't think you were the type to be a salesman.
No?
No. I don't think your strength is reading people.
Are you saying I miss signals sometimes?
Sometimes, yes, you do.
I see.
We stood there for a while, taking in the scene. It was a crisp, clear afternoon, and the sun was just starting to set. For the first time since I came to Japan, I felt like maybe, just maybe, I knew what I was doing.
Tomoe, need a ride?
Tomo A.
Thought you'd never ask.
Oh, is this... Well, holy shit. I'm glad I didn't save this story beat for the start of the next episode. Yeah, I knew it was wrapping up, but I thought there would still be a lot more. Now, I do know I have seen on X that there's some bonus puzzles that have been introduced, so we're not done, but we do have the credits, and that's awesome. All right, there we go. We've got 8 open up. The Super Defender Bot, the Synthesizer, and the Archery Target are the 3 that are open now. Wow, I didn't realize Chapter 7 would be so short. Alright, so we got 3 more opportunities to create videos. They seem to be maybe one a week, maybe one every 2 weeks, I'm not sure. These seem to be coming out. So it's very possible that we get 4 and 5 and 6, but for right now we're just looking at these bonus puzzles, and that'll be it, actually. Surprising and sad. But that's okay. I had a good time, and I really enjoyed this game. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play it. I hope you guys come back for the bonus puzzles, and I hope to see you soon.